start lately following on Splash?
Yeah, very excited. It's a great time of year. Weather's getting warmer. We're just lucky to be still training and playing. I've experienced missing finals in 2023 and much prefer it this way, so very lucky.
How much does last year's prelim end up for you guys, or is that discussed at all in the lead up to Friday?
Yeah, I don't really look back at all, to be honest. Like, it's good experience for those young guys. I think we had a couple who were playing in their first final series, but we're a completely different team now. Even some of the ways we play and what we go after are different. So, very forward-looking mentality.
The history between the two clubs is well documented, and it was something that you, I would imagine, probably watched on and then obviously have experienced yourself. Is the Hawthorn layer to it still there? Does that still live for you guys?
Maybe for some people. I'm certain for supporters, but for us and myself, I'm just so focused on trying to win and trying to do my job. Nothing really else enters my mind, and it's probably consistent across the playing group. I reckon it's it doesn't matter who we play. We need to be at our best, and the goal is to get to the grand final. So but it's exciting for supporters. I can understand that.
Tom, what have you made of the Hawks midfield these last few weeks, and who's your attacking target for the Prelim final?
Yeah, they've had a great couple of weeks. Obviously, GWS are a really strong midfield as well, and Adelaide have got some great players in there too. So, it's an exciting challenge for us. We really feel like we've got good understandings now of what makes us a good midfield and how we can implement that against any team. So, really looking forward to coming up against them.
You played on Joe Newcombe before. He's in rare form. You're lock on him in this game?
We actually haven't done our preview yet. So, the beauty about our team is we've got multiple players who can play that defensive role. So, I'll wait and get my orders from the coaching staff, and then try and do it to my best ability.
If you had told to tag John Newcombe, would you relish that role? Would you look forward to it?
Look, I just love playing footy, and I love trying to do my role for the team. So whether that's playing on Jai, or being more of an attacking contested option, whatever I'm told to do, I want to try and do that as good as I can. And I think that's consistent across the group as well. If we're able to all play our roles, then that'll go a long way to us winning.
You work and play so closely with Bailey in particular. We all know he's never far from the headlines like last week. Where do you feel like his headspace is at the moment?
Yeah, I think he's in a great headspace. I could only go off being with him at training and hanging out with him at the club. He seems in great spirits. So, obviously that happened, and I think he's apologised for it. So, look, we're just moving on to the game.
Does the group sort of check in on him afterwards, or is it no one sort of mentions it?
Oh, look, I didn't even know about it until it came up in the papers. So, it's very much just, we're here to train and try and get a win against Hawthorn. That's our focus.
The other week, your coach, Chris Scott, said, obviously you're taking on the coaching role at AFLW and everything, and he said you'd make a great captain one day. Is that a role you potentially, once Patrick Dangerfield hands that role over, is that something or a role you'd want to take on at this club?
Oh, look, I haven't given it any thought. Paddy's our captain at the moment, and he's doing an amazing job, and we've got a great vice-captain in Tom Stewart as well. So, look, I know I'm going to sound like I'm repeating myself, but I'm that focused on just doing my job, trying to win. Nothing else really enters my mind, and obviously that's a great compliment from Scotty, and I really appreciate that. But it's just not where my mind's at all at the moment.
Have you had a regular match-up with the Hawks when you go up against them, Tom? Is there someone that you play against more than others in that midfield?
Not particularly. No. We. I've played on Warple before, Newcombe, Nash. Yeah, they're all great players, as you mentioned before, and I'll get my marching orders and then do what I'm told.
Can you take us inside the centre square battle these days? It's just so critical. What's your mindset in that battle for?
Yeah, obviously it's one of the only areas, I guess, where you're in isolation, and it's pretty much 4 1-on-1s. So it's a very important part of the game, and we've taken a great attitude to it this year. One thing Kingy's great at is his detail and the research he does. So we've been able to implement plans to effect this year, and hopefully we can do that again this week.
just on Stephen King. Tommy, can you just talk to us about your reaction when you found out he had the Melbourne job?
Yeah, I was absolutely stoked for him. Obviously, it's been a focus of his. Last year, him going for West Coast job, and I just think he deserves it so much. The amount of work he puts in, as I said before, the detail he goes into on opposition analysis and plans for us. He's made for that job. So, obviously, it sucks. It's for an opposition team. I loved having him as a coach, but I couldn't be more stoked for him and his family. So, we'll be happy for him.
How do you feel he has improved the captain midfield?
Yeah, probably what I said before. His detail. I just think it's sort of hard to understand unless you're in with us. But we've got a package up. There's already a package up on Hawthorn for us to look through with their strengths, weaknesses, our strengths, weaknesses. So, that probably speaks to how much work he's doing in the space of Friday night to Monday. So, with everything else that's going on. So, that's been consistent for the whole year, and it's really helped us understand what makes us a good midfield.
So was it true in 2022 when you were talking to your coach and said, should I be in the 22 squad coming in the finals? Is that did you have that imposter syndrome? Do you still have it today?
Oh, that's not what happened, but I think I got interviewed after the game, and I just mentioned that a few of us on the edge need to keep that mindset and play well for those who are missing out in the VFL. I don't think that's changed. I think there's great guys who are playing VFL at the moment that could be in our team, and those of us that are in the team, we need to honour that and play to the best of our ability and respect the team and contribute to the team. So, that mindset hasn't changed for me. Obviously, I feel a bit more entrenched now than I was then. But it's not lost on me how hard it is to miss finals and watch your teammates go on and play. So, you need to carry that through with you and do them proud.
What odds do you give Reece Stanley?
What odds?
Yeah.
Oh, not my area. He's sort of participated in a few running sessions or whatever. To be honest, I've seen him on the track with us, but I don't know where he's at. I know he's positive and hoping he can play a role for us later on.
You spoke a little bit about the midfield setup. What about when you sort of raise the eyes and look forward? I mean, it's a completely different setup up there than what we've seen in recent years, but they're an incredibly exciting group, aren't they, led by sort of Brian and co? Yeah,
we're so lucky. The short guy or the smaller guys, Grind will get into me for that one. The smaller guys, I think we're very lucky to have some of the best in the league, I reckon, and then complemented with probably the best player in the league, Jez, and then Shannon's had an amazing year as well. So it's just you got to pinch yourself sometimes that you get an opportunity to play with guys like this, and looking forward to see what they can do.
You mentioned the difficulty of missing out on finals. You can play in the 2020 grand final. Did that kind of have a big impact on your motivation and your sort of energy?
Yeah, definitely. That's it was probably the most challenging thing I've had in my career, I reckon. And if anything, it just reinforced that we're just cogs in the machine. The goal is for the Geelong Football Club to win a premiership, and whilst at the time I thought it was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and it was a really challenging 3 weeks watching the boys win. I should be stoked that they're winning, but I wasn't there with them, and I found myself really conflicted. So, it just gave me a bit of perspective, I guess, that you really are just a chess piece to come into the team and try and have an impact. And, I think it was Sammy Simpson that came in for me. He hadn't played for a long time, or not a long time, but a couple of games. He was able to come in and have an impact, and that's the mindset that our VFL guys need to have now, that if you are called upon, you need to be able to come in and contribute. And Sammy did that, and hopefully if we have a similar case, that'll happen again.
Was that harder in 2020 because you're in the hub and you actually couldn't escape the team and go home and switch off from it?
Yeah, potentially. Couldn't get a cuddle out of mum and dad. Maybe that was the... it was, everything was more intense in the hub, definitely. But as long as I can remember, I've hated missing games of football, so I don't think it probably would have been any easier back home.
Is that a finals beard that you're growing?
Me? Mate, I'd no idea what I'm doing with my looks, to be honest. It sort of changes weekly. Laura's not too happy with it, I don't think, but not her choice.
Is there any superstition there? Like, will you hang on to it as long as you're in?
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. It changes weekly, to be honest. So.
Joey's into the Geelong League Grand Final time. You must be wrapped. You'd love to. That double hasn't been done. You'd love to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's great. I'm so happy for Al and Ronnie as well. They've had a great season, and I went and watched them. We had our 2015 reunion middle of the year, and Heath Jamieson spoke to them and talked to them about finishing games strong, and it sounds like they've really added that to their bow. So looking forward to seeing them in the granny.
You've got hopefully 2 games of your own to worry about at the moment, but announcement that State of Origin will return next year. Is that something you put your hand up for?
I don't think I'm any chance of getting picked in that team, to be honest. But it's, as a fan, it's good to see. But I'll be probably watching from home.